my friends, we have finally made it to the holiday of all holidays. The holiday that has given many of us an identity 365 days out of the year. That's right, as promised, we have walked you all the way to Halloween. That's why we've decided to pick a big title for today's episode from two of the most celebrated Splat Pack filmmakers, Leigh Whannell and James Wan. Today we will cover their 2004 blockbuster hit, Saw. Considering the fact that as I write this, the 10th installment of the Saw franchise is in theaters crushing the box office, I think it's safe to say that this franchise has held its own within the horror genre. It's the story of a terminally ill anti-hero who tortures his victims in booby-trapped escape rooms until these victims appreciate the meaning of life, or don't. Even though each and every one of these movies manages to push the envelope on gore and carnage, it doesn't seem to scare away audiences. As a matter of fact, it does the complete opposite. These movies sit with their viewers long after watching, and people still run back for more. Call me crazy, but I would bet to say that most everyone of this generation can tell you their favorite Saw trap. But we can't start anywhere else but the beginning, so it's time to christen this franchise the right way, on a season finale in October. So boys and girls, it's time to play the game. Without any further introduction, here is our take on Saw. Boom! Welcome back to the Sloppy Horror Podcast. I am your host and your scary movie companion, Christian Ramey. And back again for another week, clapping them ass cheeks, the best producer in the whole wide world, Mr. Ozark Mark. Mark, hey there, it's Halloween. It's Halloween.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
We made it.
Yeah.
We are on the end of the road. We are at the dead end. There's nowhere else to go, boys and girls. You made it just like we made it. It is the final episode here on the Sloppy Road to Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it is. And we got another banger for you, of course, as we always bring. We always bring the heat. We always bring the thunder to your bitch asses to entertain you for an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So, we are talking about today, the one and only motherfucking movie from 2004, Saw.
Saw.
We're talking about Saw. Hey, put that Saw movie on. Saw. I'm surprised we haven't mentioned one of these movies yet, to be honest. But it's a great pick for a season finale, I have to say, Christian Ramey.
Yes.
You did quite a good job.
Yes, it is. Well, it's a popular flick. A lot of people like this movie.
How many Saws are there now?
They just did the 10th one, dude.
Jesus Christ.
I agree.
That's a lot of Saws.
I agree.
That's a lot of Saw.
That's a lot of sauce. That's way too much sauce. That's too many onions.
Put too many onions in the sauce.
I use 3 onions. Look, nobody needs that many, but a lot of people enjoy these movies. We have to do due diligence and cover these movies. And I'm going to be honest and transparent. This franchise isn't my favorite. I would say the first 2 movies are probably the ones I enjoyed the most. But
I haven't seen a lot of them. I think I saw the first 2, and that's about it. So.
But have you ever enjoyed something, or have you ever not enjoyed something, Mark, but been able to respect it from afar and be able to say, yeah, that's very talented, but it's not mine? Because
of course, absolutely.
When this had come out, this is right at the Splat Pack era, and there was a lot of great movies coming out. Obviously, Saw kind of changed hands a little bit. You had a little bit of James Wan at the beginning, Leigh Whannell. I don't know. They weren't, even though they kind of grew to be names within it, I feel like Eli Roth and Rob Zombie, they kind of took a lot of the height from the Splat Pack. And I enjoyed those guys more or less than kind of, the James Wan. But I do like James Wan's movies. I just kind of find them hit or miss more or less. And I think if I hit, not a beef, but I think if I'm just going to say with the Saw franchise,
They feel like cop movies. They feel like cop franchises or like a cop TV show. Like there's a little NYPD blue in there. There's a lot of gray and blue filters. It's just a lot of like, how are we going to find the killer? How are we going to find the bad guy? You know? There's a lot of that in there. And I wouldn't say I'm a huge fan of that. But the way that these movies... Let's just be honest. Let's not say it too beautifully. The way they fuck people up in these movies is awesome. There's just a wide array. It's just, what are they going to do next? That's the appeal to the movies for me.
That's probably why they can make 10 of them.
Yep.
It's just torture. How are we going to torture these people this time?
Yeah, and some people might be like, fuck that, Christian. I really like the whole storyline with John and Jigsaw and the way it's all played out. I really enjoyed that. And that's totally fine. I totally respect that.
I mean, everybody loves an anti-hero.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what Jigsaw is. He's an anti-hero.
The thing that frustrates me, Mark, the thing that frustrates me is, well, there's quite a few things, but I would just say, if somebody's going to kidnap you and just be like, oh, you don't appreciate life that much, so now you got to do all this bullshit, like, I don't appreciate that. I don't want you to make me do stuff. Like, is that bullshit to you?
Well, if it happens to you, yeah.
Mark, you've bitched off every day on the way to traffic and to work every day. You know, you're like, what the fuck, dude?
Who doesn't? First of all, what do you mean?
Yeah.
I am convinced that this movie inspired the entire escape room craze. Ooh. Every time I think of escape room, I think of this movie. For real.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because I don't remember escape rooms being a big thing before this movie came out. Do you?
No,
I don't either.
Not at all. I think you're onto something, Ozark Mark. I think you're onto something.
I am onto something. I'm always onto something. That's why I'm here and you're there.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Now, why don't you just kick right into the synopsis?
No.
What?
No, baby. Hit the segment.
Oh, that's right.
We about to fill them shoes. We about to fill them shoes. Yeah, I'm about to fill them shoes. We about to fill them shoes.
Baby, fill me up.
Yeah.
Fill me up. I'm on half a tank. Fill me up.
We got to fill them shoes, boys and girls. That's right. We got to put you in the year of 2004. October 29th, 2004. Okay? There was some things happening in the world. Do you want to know what was going on? What the number one song was, Mark?
Yeah, I do.
Take a guess.
You got to give me the genre.
R&B.
Usher.
You got it.
Is it Yeah?
No.
Damn.
More R&B-ish.
Is this My Confessions?
No.
No, wait, that's R. Kelly. Right?
It featured someone.
I give.
My Boo with Alicia Keys.
Ooh.
My Boo. That one.
I'd marry Alicia Keys.
I would too.
She's so fine.
I would too.
Yep.
You want to take a number
I'd suck
one?
a fart out of her ass. What?
You want to know what the number one movie was?
What's the genre?
Horror. Had Sarah Michelle Gellar.
I don't know who that is.
She was Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Ooh, she's fine too.
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
I don't know.
The Grudge.
Oh, I forgot about The Grudge now.
Yeah. The number 2 movie at the time was Ray. So you guys remember in all this?
The Grudge did better than Ray?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, The Grudge did fuck a lot of people up when it first came out. So.
Yeah. And Ray was blind. You know, that made people feel bad. People didn't want to feel bad.
Jamie Foxx did a really good impression of him, I swear.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I call bullshit.
What?
You just gotta act like you can't see anything? That's... Although he did do a good singing voice. A very good. I think everybody could do a pretty good impression. We're on your shit, Jamie Foxx. We know what you did.
And I know you didn't close your eyes behind them sunglasses.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They're open.
Oh, I haven't cried like that in a while. Oh shit. Okay. I'm sorry. Continue.
So, obviously, there weren't, in October of 2004, there weren't anything too crazy. We were still like in the Iraq conflict, you know, there was a big earthquake in Japan. There was all kinds of stuff that wasn't good there. But let's just remember Ray and Grudge and my boo.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, I'll get you in the mindset. For real.
So-
I'm in a mindset. My shoes are filled. Here we go.
So this is the time that Saw came out. You were with your boo. My boo. And what happened
Bull.
is, I guess we can go ahead and hop into the synopsis now.
Oh, good.
Look, we're gonna cut it short. We got a guy named Larry and a guy named Adam. Right?
That's correct.
They're chained up. They wake up chained up in this gross room, like this underground like layer of a room. There's like toilet and just nasty shitty tile all over. But what's happening is they are chained at the foot. They're chained at the foot there, and they wake up, and it is kind of escape room like. They find little clues, they find like a tape recorder, and they find out little by little somebody has put them in there. Lawrence finds out that the person behind this has his family, and in order for him to get out alive, he has to kill Adam. And also this results in the life and death of his wife and daughter as well. If he doesn't kill Adam, they'll die as well. For Adam, he's just got to like cut his foot off essentially, right? Like that's his task. He's just got to...
Well, no, that's what Lawrence does.
Yeah, I know, that's what he does, but like I think that was just the only task for Adam at that point, is to try to like stay alive.
Yeah, basically.
Like that was his only option, would be like, if I can cut my foot off quicker, then I can go over there and fuck him up, prevent me from getting killed.
Yeah, pretty much.
So these men
And it's pretty fucked up too, how his key to his chain was in the tub at the beginning of the movie the whole time.
Yeah.
That was a big twist. Of course, you know, this movie has a big twist at the end, of course, like they always do.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, and honestly, this movie, it's been quite some time. I mean, we're almost 20 years here. So, you know, our twist is Jigsaw, the guy, John, running this whole thing. He kind of stages himself as a dead body in the middle between these guys that are chained up, because these guys aren't chained up next to each other. They're in a room, and they're probably maybe a good 20 feet apart from each other. And they can't touch each other, but they can pass little shit, between one another, like the tape recorder. But between them is the dude who looks like he had shot himself, and he is just passed out. But at the end, he stands up, after the little game is over. And it was a big mind fuck at the time. I remember when this came out. It's kind of clever in that regard, and definitely psychological thriller vibes. Some good gore. I don't know. I got to give it credit. I don't want to hate on it.
no, when the first one came out, it was great. Mm-hmm. It was a very big deal.
Mark, let me ask you something here.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember the first time you watched Saw?
No, actually, I don't.
You don't remember when you saw Saw?
No. I really don't.
Well, now that you saw Saw again, you can't remember the first time that you saw Saw.
I don't remember the first Saw time I saw Saw.
Okay.
No, I don't. Do you? Because I don't. I don't know if it was in the theater.
I was with
don't
my
know.
friend Saw the last time I saw Saw.
Okay.
No, actually, I was with my friend Alex, and this was right when the movie came out, and he was like, yo, you got to check this out. Well, it wasn't right. I mean, it was like right when it came out on DVD, and he threw it on, and it was like, what the fuck? It was just creepy. Very creepy. I think what separated at this time is movies still kind of had a lot of, aside from your Eli Roth and your Rob Zombie, obviously the Splat Pack was shaking it up, but at this time, you still, even movies I love, like a 13 Ghost or something like a Ghost Ship, there's still like a polish to them, a little bit of a blockbuster veneer on them. That just makes them look a little different. Whereas something about Saw, it just looked different. It was a little bit more visceral. It's like, damn, bro's cutting off his fucking foot. It wasn't like a quick, swift scene where like a killer cut off your foot and then he just, he dies. And that's how like a lot of deaths we are used to. Even like, think of 13 Ghosts, like when the lawyer gets split in half. It's like, there's a tad bit of comedy in there. It's a little bit of like, oh shit, that's gnarly. Watching somebody cut their foot off with a hacksaw is like,
Yeah,
okay.
That's an intense part.
It's more like it's a different thing to sit with.
Well, a good thing, one of why this made this movie so successful, I think, is during the whole movie, you're in the back of your mind thinking, what would you do in this situation?
Look, we just need to call out the absurdity.
Okay.
We need to call out the fucking absurdity.
Call out the absurdity, then.
Hacksaws can go through metal. Number 2.
Can they?
100% can cut the fucking lock. Why are we trying to cut through the giant chain and not the little tiny goddamn lock that is easy to cut with? I mean, not easy. It's going to probably take you 20 minutes, but you can cut through a lock with a hacksaw. Look it up on YouTube.
I'm sorry. Look, man, I mean, it's easy to say when you're in the comfort of your own home, sitting on the couch, playing with yourself, watching this movie, compared to the actual situation which you would be in.
No, here's the
It's
thing.
different. It's different, and those are some rusty-ass hacksaws, too. One of them broke.
That's a good point.
One of them broke. But it's easy to put yourself in a situation, what's the logical thing to do when you're sitting in the comfort of your own house and your air conditioning versus being sitting there.
Cutting off my foot. Like, because
No,
first off,
I'm
I'm not playing your game. Fuck you, dude. You're going to put me in here because you think you're going to make me be remorseful? You can suck my dick, dude. I'm going to do whatever I want, whenever I want. How's that sound, dog? And I'm going to die, you know? And that's what would happen.
Talk about this. I forgot, honestly, how much of a superstar cast is in this movie.
Dude, Princess Bride.
You got the Princess Bride guy. You got the dude from the Angels in the Outfield.
Danny Glover's.
Yeah, you got the other guy who's the Asian cop, who's the bad guy in Rush Hour.
Yeah, well, he's in Sopranos, too.
Yeah, he's in Sopranos. You got all kinds of people in here. I'm like, oh my goodness. What a cast for this movie.
Wow. What a hole.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a great cast. And it was groundbreaking. It did something different that others had not. And at this time frame, those kind of shows too were like, you remember CSI and like all those shows, like all the offshoot cities of CSI, like they were all so popular. Like even, I'm not into that, but even then, like I still watch my fair share of all those kind of shows, especially too, like when you didn't always have cable in your room, so you're just watching like dumbass shit, you know, but that's how it works. You can watch those cop shows and it's got that formula and it just feels very early 2000s. Not in a bad way. Like I'm not saying that that's when I was alive. Yeah, that's when I first started getting erections.
Not to mention the Jigsaw Clown. The Jigsaw Clown's pretty creepy. Him rolling in on the bike, the little video he shoots. There were a ton of parodies of people making fun of this movie when it came out, though. I remember that, too.
I just feel like you and I would be angry. Like, fuck this dude.
Yeah, I'd be pretty pissed off if I woke up chained in a warehouse. I wouldn't be too happy about that. But the problem was, if we were in this situation, you would definitely be Lawrence and I would have to be Adam, and your option would have to be to kill me because your family is in danger, your daughters and your wife and shit. I don't have any of that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd be catching the shit end of this. I'd probably just saw off my foot.
No.
Fuck it, what do you need it for?
No, I wouldn't. Like, I would be like, just like, fuck this dude, let's get the fuck out of here. Because I would trust my family, you know. Like, I just we're not cutting our feet off. We're not cutting our feet off.
Nah, I don't want to do that. I particularly don't want to do that.
But if it was a stranger in there...
Oh, yeah, you'd kill a stranger. I'd figure out how to get... If I had the box with the bullet in it and the gun's over there, I'd figure out a way to get that gun somehow. I don't know how you would get it, though.
It'd be tough.
Would be tough.
Gotta cut your foot off.
Well, the gun was in his left hand, so Lawrence could have got the gun at any time, just like Adam got the recorder at any time, correct?
Yeah.
I think that's how it went down.
Yeah, that's what they need to do. They need to just sit there, think with their head. Because they had like 6 hours, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we would
Something around that.
My anger would have got that gun, the tape recorder.
That's what we would be doing the whole time, is figuring out how to get the things.
Yeah.
They're sitting here like recalling how they got there and wondering, going through all these memories and shit. No. Mm-mm. What's your favorite game, I guess, he played in the movie, or type of kill that he put on someone?
Throughout like the franchise, or just this
No,
movie?
just this one. Because you got the guy who had to go through a barbed wire maze. You got the girl who had a bear trap on her face. That's pretty iconic.
I kind of like how he had the house set up for the Asian cop and Danny Glover when they came in, and they like fucked him up, you know? Like
The guy with the 2 drills going to his head.
yeah, and then like Danny Glover, he got fucked up too. He was bleeding, but he survived. You know? So that was kind of intense.
Yeah, I liked his little trap he pulled for the cop.
Yeah.
He just put a whole wall of shotguns up on the wall, blasted him.
Yeah, that's what you get, dog.
Whew.
I mean, if we're gonna be honest about great actors, we can't like not mention the fact that Tobin Bell is Jigsaw. He's been in so many things besides this that are great. Also, The Sopranos, a couple episodes, or just one episode. The military school teacher in The Sopranos. He's just a great actor for this role. Very serious, got a cool voice. Mark, let me ask you something here. What's your favorite part of Saw?
Probably their little scheme of the cigarette.
I've done it.
It's just fucking hilarious. He tries to, so put it in perspective, he finds a box in a wall and he opens it up and there's a note that's saying like you don't have to shoot Adam, there's other ways, or whatever the fuck it said. So he's got 2 cigarettes, Adam wants a cigarette. So he remembers that there's poison, supposed to be poison on the blood on the floor. So he turns out the lights and he tries to tell Adam, like, look, just go along with this, just pretend it's poison and then we can get out of here. So Adam does a little poison fake death. He goes, ah, ah, ah. It's like the worst acting in the world, and you can't help but laugh at it. But unfortunately for them, their poles or their chains or something are locked up to some electric shock. And they, Jigsaw in the middle calls him on his bullshit because he heard him talking. Like, yeah, this dude's not dead. So it's just funny, and just to hear them argue about it.
Yeah, Lawrence is like the actor. His name's Carey. I don't know if it's L's or L. I don't know how you say his last name. But anyways, this guy obviously been in so many great things as we grew up. You remember he was in Liar Liar. He was the stepdad in Liar Liar. He was like, hey, champ. And he, like, I don't know. He was very funny.
Yeah.
But The Princess Bride is one of my favorite movies. Don't suppose you could throw down that rope? like, it's hard not to see him in any other way.
Yeah, I saw him. Princess Bride came into my mind because I forgot that was him.
Don't suppose you have 6 fingers. Suppose not. Yeah, that's one of those films like I'm happy my kids got into because it's just funny to see that certain movies are timeless, but that damn movie is hard. I don't care how mature you are. Put on Princess Bride and don't laugh. You're a cold-hearted son of a bitch if you make it through that movie without laughing.
Absolutely.
Inconceivable. Yeah, so he's a great actor. Perfect for this role because he's very theatrical with his acting, and sometimes it's a little comedic, but he does do a great job. He crushes it.
When he cut off his best acting, I swear, is when he was rolling around on the floor after he cut his foot off. Just I'll come back for you, I swear.
Yeah, dude.
You can't just not laugh at that one.
I know. Now, Adam is Lee Wanell. That's the guy that was chained up. And that's the writer of the movie. So, you know, obviously he crushed it.
Oh, he was the writer of the movie?
Yep.
Did not know that.
Now you know.
Did not know that.
Yeah, now, you know what also pissed me off? When my man stuck his hand in the shitty poopy water in the toilet. How did he not, like, when he reached into the clean water, he put his other hand in. Like,
I know, that bothers
bro,
me too.
I would have washed my hands in there.
Like, your hand is covered in shit, like, rinse it off.
Yeah, like, it's
Do
not going to be
something.
perfect, but it's going to be like...
That bothered me like a motherfucker. I don't think he rinsed it off once.
That's bothersome.
Ugh.
Poopy hands.
Ugh.
You're going to die from dysentery if
Why
you
would
get the
you?
fuck
Why
out of
would
here.
you go that route first? Why would you not go in the back of the toilet first?
Yeah.
Any rational human being would go in the back of the toilet first.
Yeah, and I'm getting an object to get in the bottom of the toilet.
Ugh.
Yeah, that was not good. How did like Jigsaw prep that? Like he just got like a bunch of drunk crackheads and shit, like just come in here and blow it
He
up.
probably just ate White Castle or something before he went in there. Got a case of the runs.
Just like post like tailgating an NFL game all day. Just ate like all kinds of shit.
Bunch of buffalo chicken dip.
Yeah, that'll do it. Give you old case of rocket butt. You know, that's what
The
they...
case of the runs. Mm-hmm. Oh my god.
When I would tell my kids that when they were little, I was like, you got the rocket butt? And that would be the funniest shit to them, literally, when they were little. So now, you know, I'm glad when they have kids and their kids have kids, rocket butt shall be passed down. All right, you give it to your kids. Everybody out there, you give it to your kids. You ask them, you got rocket butt? And it'll make diarrhea funnier. It always does.
Diarrhea is already funny as it is.
Not when you have it, though.
Say,
Not when you have it.
Yeah.
But if you're just like, I got the old rocket butt.
it's just a funny word in general. Diarrhea.
Well, yeah, they couldn't have picked a less attractive word for it. But there's, that's one of those words. It's one of those words. Yeah, so that kind of bothered me. It bothered me they didn't try to saw the locks.
Well,
because
what was your favorite part?
if I had to say my favorite part of the whole movie, I guess the reveal at the end and him closing the door on dude.
It's a pretty good score in this movie at the end.
Oh yeah, that was a pretty great reveal, and you can't watch that for the first time ever again. But watching that for the first time, like even like I feel like if you were spoiled with the reveal, like it's still you'd get so immersed in the movie you just forget about dude. Like you don't like
Yeah.
you just kind of forget about him, and like it doesn't really become even if he is alive. It's like it doesn't matter. Like you don't really understand. It doesn't make sense to the movie until it does. And right at the end, and it's like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
So that was
fucked up a lot of people the first time they saw it with that.
I see
It was
what
a
you
good
did there.
one.
I
It was
see
a
what
good
you
one.
did there.
It was a good one. Did fuck me up too.
Last
Like,
movie.
what?
Last movie we did was It. And we saw it. And we saw.
Yeah. It's the whole reason where there's clues
All around
all
us.
around us.
It's like
Did you pick up on them? Probably not.
It's like the universe is speaking to us, dude.
Universe.
So that's pretty cool there. Now, are you a big fan of the Saw franchise?
Not really.
Okay.
Like I said, I think I've only seen the first two.
The second one's where she gets thrown in the needle pit.
Yeah, and it's some like shotgun roulette or something. Is that the second one? I'm not sure.
And the girl sticks her hands up in that thing. She gets him caught up there with the glass.
Ow.
And the one guy has to like cut a number off the back of his neck.
Ow. Yeah. I mean,
I've always liked the Hostels more, but they're
it's not that I don't like them. It's just, I forget about them. There's so many. Mm-hmm. When you have so many movies of something, it kind of dulls it down.
people didn't
me,
like
at
that one
least.
Spiral with Chris Rock, but I actually kind of liked it. And this was before Chris Rock got slapped. So, like, you guys need to go back and, like, give Chris Rock some love in the Saw franchise, okay? Comedians, I don't want them always making them,
I
but,
forgot
like,
Chris Rock was in them.
Well, yeah, he did one called Spiral. Came out like 3-4 years ago.
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
It wasn't bad. Like, I didn't hate it. Like, it was kind of predictable. I'm not going to mention anything of it. Like, but in my eyes, it kind of was. But, I mean, maybe it's not for you. But even if I enjoyed it, I watched it. I locked it. I locked it a lot. It was a movie I did enjoy. But apparently this Saw X is just, like, really good. I've heard it's, like, a masterpiece. Like, I've literally heard those words, masterpiece. Said it's, like, the perfect chef's kiss at the end of the franchise.
Well, that's good. I mean, it's good. You got to go out with a banger if you made 10 of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
There's 10 of them? Mm-hmm. Good God.
Yeah, I don't even know what the kill's got to be like in 10.
Oh, no.
Might have put a grenade in a guy's butthole.
Now, that man would definitely have rocket butt after that.
That's the definition, dude.
Absolutely. Well, let's find out more things about this movie. What do you say?
I guess.
Yeah. Welcome to the What Do You Know here. This is a segment here where we're here to tell you something that you may or may not know about this movie. Now, if this is your first time here, you may know what we know, you may not what we know. But if you know what we know, you're about to find out what we know. We're going to have a We Know Gasm. If you don't know what we know, you're going to know too. And then everybody's going to have a We Know Gasm. Everybody's gonna have one here. So this is great. This is fantastic. We're gonna learn more things about this movie that you may or may not know. So why don't you tell me something that you may or may not know about this movie? Saw.
I saw it.
That's good.
I saw it.
That's good.
I saw it.
That's great.
So,
Fantastic.
I went into this movie.
Uh-huh.
I saw it.
Okay.
And I wondered some things.
Okay.
I wondered how this all laid out. So, the director of this movie is the man known as James Wan. You want to know how much they paid him to make this movie?
$100.
He took no upfront salary. And he pulled a boss move, and he opted for a percentage of the film. Betcha that paid off like a motherfucker.
That's a good idea.
That's what Jack Nicholson did with the Batman movie, and that was a classy move. Sometimes I'm sure people are busted in that move, but
Oh yeah.
that's a good move.
It's definitely a risk. But I believe he came out on top on that one there.
Oh yeah, yeah. So that's a
Absolutely.
good fact. What you got something about this movie?
Yeah.
Saw.
So the director, you mentioned the director James Wan, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here's a little fun film fact for you that you may have not noticed in this film. Now, what James Wan wanted to do was he wanted to use camera movements on each of the two people. You got Lawrence on one end, and then you got Adam on the other. Now, if you notice, through this entire movie, he used different camera styles, or different camera actions, if you will, ways of shooting each of them. Now, let me explain this for you P-branded people out there. Now, if you notice, Lawrence is shot in all steady cam movement or camera angles, which means that the camera is set still. Nobody's holding it, nobody's doing nothing. It's just there. You can zoom in, zoom out, or whatever you want. It's there. He was shot in all steady cams. Versus Adam, who was shot in all handheld shots, which means the camera is being handheld and you see movement. Now, you wonder why that is, because he wanted that to reflect the emotions of each of them.
That also means the director has hands.
It definitely does. So if you notice that, it kind of puts you in the emotions and makes you sucked into the movie more. Here's another one for you. I got another one. I got 2 facts for your ass.
You got another one?
You know how long it took to make this movie? You know how long it took them to shoot it? Take a wild guess.
3 years.
No.
I'm just kidding. 9 months.
No. It took 18 days.
18 days?
18 days.
That's actually really good.
That's 2.5 weeks.
That's really good.
That's really good.
No, that's actually really impressive when you
really
actually
is.
think about that.
You know
for
how
this
hard
kind of
it-
movie.
You know how hard it is to make a movie, especially a blockbuster like this. Hey, do it in 18 days.
You can't do it.
I mean, goddamn. Tell that guy to
That's impressive.
tell that crew to do things for me.
James, you want Kenobi with another one.
Absolutely.
He throws it down.
What a guy.
He knows how to do it.
He knows how to do it. I don't think he's appreciated enough, if you're asking me myself. But that's just my opinion.
You've outmatched me here. You got 2 facts, I got 1. That's
I know.
it. That's
two
good
for
stuff,
one,
though.
baby.
That's 3
it's
facts.
a 2-for-1 special here.
That's 3 facts. Put them all together.
Exactly. Do you know anything else though? That's what I'm asking you here.
No.
Okay, well that's great. It's time to go now.
Mark.
Uh-huh.
Do you really... I mean, let's just be fair. I don't think we would wind up in a salt trap.
Probably not. I don't think so.
But, I think it's fair to say that you would rebel, and you would either try to find a way to escape said trap, but you're not going to cut your eyeball out or something. I don't think. I'm not cutting my eyeball out. I know that.
Probably I would. I'd probably cut my right eye out because it's horrible anyway. Like get one of them cool glass eyes that light up or something.
I don't know if I could do it, dude.
That would be sweet. You see them glow? There's like eye inserts that you can get for people who don't have eyes. They glow. Be cool.
That would be
I'll
cool.
walk around like Kano from Mortal Kombat or something with a glowing red eye. That would be sweet.
What if it's just like
Imagine how much puss I would get.
What if it's just like a mild version of Saw? Like we're gonna like tape you down and make you watch the Elm Street remake and then watch bad stuff. Okay.
Well, I would just act like Ray and close my eyes.
Nah, but then they're gonna have like real like old grandmas come in there and blow you and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? It's not gonna be like,
You could close your eyes and imagine somebody else.
oh no, they're talking. They're talking already. They're talking, and you're gonna feel their whiskers.
Doesn't matter. You won't be able to get hard anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I'm just
Joke's on them.
But that's the part of the Saw game. Like, it's going to be like, you got to finish till completion from this grandma, or else we're going to, get everything that's holy to you.
Well, we'll figure it out.
You'll
You'll find a way.
Oh, I just think that would be a more lighthearted Saw. That would be an easier way to go about it. All right?
Yeah.
I think that would be fun.
I would tape you to a chair and force you to watch the public access Christian channel for 24 hours.
Mm-hmm. But you'd have to have some kind of like, and like they'd have to be able to do something, like they got to be able to complete a task that would be hard to do.
Okay, all right. You can get out Christian, but you have to wear a bunch of Ohio State gear.
Oh, just kill me. But it'd be like, all right, Mark, you can get out, but the key's at the bottom of this jar of mayonnaise, and the only way to get rid of the mayonnaise is eat it. But it's like a big ass jar.
No.
I know. Like,
Is it mayo or Miracle Whip?
It's like mayo.
Okay.
But it's like,
dude, you would throw up like a motherfucker.
I couldn't. I don't know if I could do it. Like if it was peanut butter, we'd have a chance.
Oh yeah. All kinds of peanut butter.
This is too much, Jigsaw, please.
He got the chunky too.
It's too
Crunchy.
much peanut butter. See, that would be a fun way.
Big jar of mayonnaise though. No.
Yeah.
Ugh, I would throw up.
See, that's a practical, funny way, and then then you could just release him back into the world and just be like, quit being an asshole, or else I'm gonna make you eat a bunch of mayonnaise again.
I would appreciate life if I had to eat a whole bunch of mayonnaise.
I would too. I would. You would, you'd go home and take a shower. You'd be scarred, but that would be what it is. That would be what it is. I think also too, it would be a funnier franchise, because this is pretty visceral. Throughout every movie, there is a kill that separates from like a horror movie to like, oh shit, dude, like, because it plays with your mind, because you think of what it would feel like, because a lot of these contraptions and a lot of these things aren't normal things that you're gonna think about your body going through. So you're like, what the hell would that feel like, dude? what the hell is that all about? And you're like, a poison cigarette? You're electrocuted by the ankle, cutting your foot off. What is this about? And then just even throughout the franchise, getting thrown in needle pits, cutting out eyes, slitting your, walking through barbed wire. What does that feel like? And then it just makes your body do one of those like, ugh.
Yeah, it definitely makes it why they're so popular, just because of the endless amount of things that they can do.
Yeah, you're like, even like the worst people generally on Earth, like even like the people like bombing and blowing places up, killing people, like it's like not like we're going to put you in a saw trap. And that's it. I think too what comforts viewers, like it can comfort people with anxiety, because if, people are fearful of death sometimes, and that's just the way life is. We all got that going to happen. But when you watch something like this, you're like, you know what? I don't think this is going to happen. I don't know how I'm going to go. It might not be great, but I don't think that's going to happen.
No.
You
got a pretty good chance of this not happening to you.
Yeah. And you're like, well, I'm going to risk it tonight.
That's what makes them so fun,
And they also make people, even the smartest of horror movies, they make people a little bit dumb to make you feel good about yourself. Because you're just like, idiot?
Of course.
Idiot?
Of course. That's one of the comfort things about horror movies.
Yeah, dude, you're generally smarter than the person on screen. And you can confront things and know that you're probably not going to have that happen. You're not going to be running through a cornfield, and Leatherface is going to cut off your leg. It's just probably not going to happen. I doubt it. Just don't think so.
You never know.
Well, that's a good point. You can't never say never.
Never say never.
Never.
I've learned that the hard way. Never say never.
You just never know. You never know. But I have to be honest. You got to really applaud what this franchise has done. For the horror genre, because music and movies in general, like they just hit like a point where it just a lot of creativity kind of stopped late 2000s, and this franchise just kept on ticking. Had a reason, had a little backstory, had its own thing going on, and it wasn't shy from fucking people up. So you gotta give it kudos there, dude. Like, thanks, Saws. Like, for real though, like there's a lot of younger folks that have worked their way into this genre because of this franchise particularly. So gotta give it credit where it's due.
Absolutely.
It's large.
100%. It's
got a large footprint.
Let's go into the portal to another realm, to another world, and rate this movie.
Sloppy horror rating, baby, yeah!
Oh, yeah. Now that your soul has re-entered your body, we are here in the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating. Now, if you're new to this is how it's going to go down. Christian Ramey, the horror nerd himself, has developed a horror movie rating for horror movies, not a general rating for a movie, so keep that in mind when we give you the score. Now, We're going to do this in a series of 4 categories. 3 of the categories are worth 3 points. Last category is worth 1 point for a total of
10 points altogether.
I love your enthusiasm. And it still continues to amaze me that you get that question right every time.
It takes a second to,
You get it. So let's go on to the first category here in the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating, and that is casting.
Well, casting is a great category for this flick. It rates pretty high. I almost feel like it's a 3. Almost, right? Like, this is a blockbuster. These are great people. It all works out. And also, it's a limited... You can fuck around and get a 3 when you have a limited amount of actors if they really nail it and execute what they're doing, because you don't have that many. And the limited people that are on screen aren't scrubs. So I feel like it's a 3.
Okay. Fair enough. Beautiful. It's a beautiful... It's a beautiful explanation you just gave right there. I love it. So that's 3 out of 10 so far here on the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating. Let's get into the second category here in the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating, and that is kills.
Not a lot.
No.
What kills do we get?
We get
Shotgun kill?
a shotgun kill.
We get the aftermath of barbed wire.
Yeah.
Adam technically dies, but you just don't know when.
Adam beats some dude over the head with a toilet lid.
Yeah, for as gory as it is, I feel like it's only like a 1 in kills.
Yeah, it's not a lot. There's some off screen. We got some dude getting cut open in the stomach.
Yeah, oh yeah, and he died. So yeah, that's why he died. So
Yeah.
we're gonna give that. We'll give that. So I feel like 1 though, right? Or is it 1.5?
No, it's just one.
All right.
It's just one, but then again, this is the first movie in the franchise. I mean, you go to the other Saws, you'll probably get a lot of higher score in that category, but we're talking about the first one, so keep that in mind. So that is 4 out of 10 so far here on the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating. Let's get into the third, final 3-point category here in the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating, and that is fear.
This one's kind of difficult for me to assess here because I feel like this does freak people out. It doesn't really freak me out, but I almost feel like it should be like a 1.5 or a 2 because a lot of people watch these and they freak a lot of people out and they resonate with people. Like a 1.5.
No, maybe a 1 if you're going to get frisky with it.
Okay.
Because a lot of these things aren't really going to happen.
Okay.
Even though it's based on, like, you know, reality. It's nothing like, there's nothing supernatural. There's nothing crazy going on, any kind of like that. But, I mean, it's just torture.
Still a lot of escapism here.
Yeah, it's just torture, really. It's more gory and shocking more than it is fearful, I believe.
Suspenseful.
Yes. Thriller-like, if you would. Thriller-like, if you would. But it would be fucked up if you got kidnapped. That's a very real thing. You could be put in a torture chamber. It's possible, but very unlikely. Very unlikely. So that's a 1.
Fun.
So that's 5 out of 10 so far here on the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating. Let's get into the final 1-point category for half a point each here on the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating, and that is rewatchability. Rewatchability.
You know what? I'm going to say no.
You're going to say no.
Yeah.
You're going to say no.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold the phone.
Yep.
Wait a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the first time, I believe, in the history of the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating that Christian Ramey does not give his half-point approval for a rewatchable film.
It's just, it's my personal half point, so to speak. It's one of those movies that, like, it does a really good job at imprinting on you, but, like, I don't find the need to seek this movie out. Have I seen it more than once? Yes. But it falls in that same, like, it's a way better movie than Human Centipede, but, like, it's just one of those movies where it's like, yep, I remember that one. I've seen it, and it just, that's where it lives for me. And not a huge fan of the franchise, but I respect the shit out of it. But for me, I have never, I probably own it in my collection, but I don't think I've ever, like, really in my life sought out to watch one of these movies. And but I have seen them just coming and going. But yeah, now what say you, Mark?
Well, you kind of stole my thunder there a little bit. As far as the first one goes, yeah, I'm not going to give it a half point either. This movie came out in 2004, and literally this is my second time watching it because we did an episode on it. It's just one of those movies that...
It's not bad.
There's nothing wrong with the movie, but once you get the twist at the end and everything comes to light, it doesn't make the movie that much fun anymore to me.
I kind of agree, but that first time is so fucking good.
Absolutely. This is it will be rewatchable if you find one of the few people on Earth that haven't not seen this yet, or don't know anything about Saws, and then you can experience that with them again and see their reaction to it and all that. That would be great. But if I'm sure many of the other Saws are rewatchable because of the gore and the torture and all the creative devices and all that stuff in it. I'm absolutely sure. But this one, there's not a lot of killing in it. It's more of just the mystery, and then once you get that mystery in the end, it kind of ruins it for you. So
It really, honestly, it really does.
and that's just being honest with it, for real. Great movie. I love this movie, but it's a one and done for real for me. So with that is a total of 5 out of 10 for Saw 2004, right here on a Sloppy Horror Podcast, right back up in your ass.
Saw! Wow, Mark. Wow. That's a score for it. That is a score for it. Now, here's the question of questions I have for you. I have some questions for you. When is the last time that you've hit a button for, a portal? Because we need to do it again.
I missed you, mister.
Mr. Rollsock. Tell him if they're old enough to watch that scary stuff. It's for the parents who will give up.
I didn't think about this until just now. I didn't think about this, but I really don't know what an age limit for this movie would be. So we have a segment dedicated just for this called the Ozark Mark's Parental Guidance, where he tries to give you an appropriate age where he thinks it's safe for a kid to watch. Now, don't take us to court over this. This isn't legal advice, obviously. You do what you want with your kids. You fuck them up in your own ways. But we're just trying to give you general answers here because, believe it or not, people do ask when they ask about horror flicks, what are good ones to watch with kids? So if there's ones that are on the fence, some are just, right away, like, yeah, not a kid's movie, and we will brush that in the episode. But this one's kind of, there's not any sex or anything. I don't know. So it's kind of different. So tell the people, Mark, what you're thinking, how you're feeling. Oh, it's a thinking movie.
Really is. $13.
Okay.
13.
It's a good answer.
So that way their minds are developed enough to understand what's going on, because you have to understand what's going on in this movie. Really you do.
It's a good answer.
It's a thinker type of movie, but there's not any sex or nudity. Some guy does saw his own leg off, but they don't show him actually sawing it off, just his reactions. That's a pretty intense moment.
Yeah, that's going to be one they won't forget.
I don't think you're gonna lose sleep over this or anything like that. But yeah, 13. So you kind of figure out what's going on. We'll go with that.
You figure it out.
We'll go with that.
I like it. I like it, boys and girls. I like it. So there you go. If you got kids, 13 and up should be appropriate for the Saw movie. They shouldn't be too traumatized. Let's be honest. They probably got the internet, so they may have seen worse.
Of course.
So, as you guys all know, we have made it all the way through this episode without us trying to sell you anything. No advertisements, no ad skips. You know why? Because we make our money the hard way. Through bonus episodes on Patreon, through our merchandise, and through live streams. So if you want to support the show, you can do that in the best way possible and help us out by doing that. And we can keep the show as ad-free as possible. So thank you guys for all your support. You guys that do support us, it means the world. It really does. So thank you guys so fucking much. People have been listening since day one. You guys, I love y'all. I'm about to come to your house with Mark. We're going to break into your house, have Christmas together. Does that sound fun?
What? Yeah.
Let's do it, dude.
Absolutely. Jingle bells and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Put bananas in your living room.
Yeah. We're on our way over to your house. So, hope that sounds like a fun time for you.
What are you doing on your phone?
I'm looking at things, Mark.
Stop looking at things. We're in a show.
Mark,
We're here to entertain people.
we are entertaining
You're
people.
getting sidetracked here. You're supposed to be the one that talks all the time. I can't talk all the time. I don't know what to say.
You're a good person at talking.
I don't know what to say.
Use your inside voice.
I don't know what to do here. We got 8 minutes left, and that's a lot of talking.
Look, we have had a hell of a season because it's on the way to Halloween. So now it is Halloween for you little fuckers.
Yeah.
Okay, I hope you're taking your kids out. If you don't have any kids, I hope you've had some good parties.
On a Tuesday. That
Yeah.
sucks that Halloween's on a Tuesday.
It's all right. We're still going to get candy. I'm going to eat a lot of Almond Joys. A lot of Almond Joys because people don't like them, so I take them from them because I like them.
You probably would like you look like you like Almond Joys.
They're good for you, dude.
No, they're not. It's candy.
It's good, dude.
No candy is good for you.
All candy's good for you.
No, it's not.
It's good for your heart. Like,
It's good for your blood sugar.
it's good for your spirit.
Absolutely.
What's your
So you-
favorite candy?
What's my favorite fun? Milk duds.
That's a good answer, but they'll rip your fillings out if you got any.
Fuck them. Fuck fillings.
Okay. That's like
Twix
that's like,
are good though, not Twix. I'm going with Twix.
Milk Duds is like a
Give me
World
Twix.
War II candy.
Dude, it is. I know, and they're built to last, baby. They're so good.
That's what World War II soldiers ate.
I know. That's what real men eat.
That, I mean, I'm I'm not against that. I can't go like good and plenty though. I'm not.
What
that.
is your daughter's Halloween costume?
The youngest will be Wednesday.
Did she decide that, or did you decide that?
She did.
oh,
It was
that's
in
good.
between that and Megan, and we just saw the other one.
Yeah, Wednesday's a lot better to do. So that's good.
She's gonna have fun.
What about your other little boy? What's he gonna be?
Well, he's not that little, so he's not that original. He's like, I could throw on like a jersey. I was like, I have a lot of masks. You could throw on a mask, and then you're gonna go around and get me candy because you don't get it anymore because you got braces, and I'm eating all of it.
Yeah, get that kid a pillowcase and tell him to go to work. Give him like $10.
He usually does though, bro. Like he will come out and like one time I remember we walked up the street and back down, and then it was like getting dark at that point where people were like, just take one. He's like, Dad, do you think if we walk back out, people are gonna like have their candy sitting out? It's like, I do. I do.
Dude, that's the best one when you find the idiots that put out a thing full of candy and say, just take one. Nope.
And what's also the best though is the people that are still sitting out there about to wrap up, and they're like, kid, come here. Like, we don't give a shit about anything. Take
No,
everything.
just take all this crap.
Here, you want this dog? Like, yeah. Awesome. Yeah, those were the days, dog. Halloween, man, the spirit, the energy. That's what this is all about. You know, we had to see you through.
Yeah. So I hope you have a good Halloween. I hope you do all your things. I hope you go to the parties. Ladies, I hope you got a nice costume, whatever it is. If you're a construction worker, a plumber, a nun, or whatever, as long as you put sexy in front of it, it's a costume.
Yeah.
And they're so easy. Just get the high stockings, show your cleavage, wear something skimpy. It's an excuse for adult women to be whores and children to get candy. It's a wonderful holiday.
Yeah, and me to watch scary stuff.
Exactly.
It's a win,
So
win,
people
win,
don't,
win,
people
win.
don't look at you weird when you're watching scary movies.
I mean, they might.
You fit in at this time of the year.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So,
You know what's funny? Somebody just texted me, said
No,
that
they
there's
don't.
not right now, but like they told me there's a scary movie trivia coming up at this bar. They're like, can you come with me? I was like, no one stands a chance. No one in this, like, around us.
there is no way that you can not win that unless somebody does searches on their phones.
Yeah, somebody.
Dude, trivia nights piss me off when there's like a team that gets every question right. It was like, no, you did not. Like, people are fucking Googling shit on their phones just to win like a $20 gift card. It's so stupid.
But here's the thing. There were other people playing around here, like, you know, my wife's family members, and they were like, we wish Christian was here. Like, we messed up. We didn't know the name of the guy who played Freddy Krueger.
What?
And then, I mean, they don't fucking watch scary movies, so they didn't know, right? They haven't dealt with me like you have. Like, or you know what I mean? They
I
just
guess
don't.
so, too. I guess I'm numb to it now.
But, like, they were like, and then we also messed up who the original Dracula was. And I was like, bro.
Yeah, dude.
These are the kind of questions they're asking that bit like, bro.
I want to just take you on a circuit to get a bunch of free gift cards. We'll eat free for like 2 weeks.
I know. I know, and I'm not much of like I don't go out and drink and do much, you know, and like you're a young bachelor right now, so I'm gonna get you a bunch of free dates. Like you can just be like, act like you're a baller, like the Goodfellas, take all these ladies into places. Like, yeah, I got hookups everywhere, and you just, you know, you can use me, man. Like you remember White Men Can't Jump? You know, we'll hustle.
We should hustle.
You can just be like, I
We'll
don't know this
disguise
guy.
you too on a polo and a comb over.
Yeah, I'll just be eating like pretzels. Like, hey man, you want to be on my team? I guess. I like Lord of the Rings, you know, which isn't a lie, but they don't know. But nobody stands a fucking chance. Now, if I was playing with people that like listen to the show or people that were like fellow horror enthusiasts, then, you know, it'd be a close battle. But people are not horror enthusiasts generally. And even if there's like a little random sprinkle of people, we have a show dedicated to like really being well versed on this genre. So if we get beat, they won fair and square. This person's a wizard. And if I lose, we're bringing that person on for a guest appearance.
I guess so. Well, that's good. It's a sloppy road to Halloween is complete. It was great. Now we are going to see you next season for a rehab season. We always have a rehab season right after Halloween, so we're going to be talking about a bunch of fun movies. It's going to be a great season, so look forward to that.
You better.
Look forward to that.
Or
and
else.
In the meantime, do all that stuff. Leave comments, send us likes, share it, do all the stuff that you're supposed to do. And then when we come back, we'll do the thing that we're supposed to do and entertain your ass for a nice power hour of hardcore podcasting here on the Sloppy Horror Podcast.
Yeah, we love you guys.
Yeah, we do love you guys. So, you know, I hope, ladies, I hope you get cream pied. Guys, I hope you are able to do a green pie. Everybody eat candy. Have a good time.
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
Time to go now.
be safe, everybody. See you later.